Hello everybody. In this video, we are going to look at a technique called automated exploratory data analysis. Uh, exploratory data analysis is abbreviated EDA. You'll hear this a lot, EDA. And basically, EDA is a way of plotting and charting your data and looking at it with some type of visual rendering, whether it's a scatter plot, bar chart, time series chart, pie chart, any one of a number of dozens of different charts. So with EDA, you can visualize the data and get a better understanding of how normalized the data is. Is there outliers? Is the data highly structured? Is it variable? So EDA is very important in any data analysts or data scientists or machine learning toolbox. And the benefit of automating the process is as follows. You get efficiency, speed, comprehensive analysis, right? So all types of plots and charts are applied, not just a few of them, but all kinds. So it's pretty comprehensive. You can identify patterns and anomalies in the data quickly and easily. It improves data quality, generate useful insights in the data to make informed, intelligent decisions. It helps with the basic initial analysis of data before you even start to analyze things. It's great to visualize. That should be the first step that you perform, so you understand basically what you're dealing with. It's very highly reproducible. Everybody that runs these techniques will get the same output, and it's useful for exploring hypotheses. Right? For creating hypotheses, you expect a certain outcome, and when you run your machine learning algorithms, you'll either prove or disprove that hypothesis, right? It might not always be true, what you think initially, and it might be exactly what you think, and the analysis proves it. So let's jump into it. We're going to import some data from the web here. Control Enter to refresh. Okay, so I like this data set. I've used this in several videos. It's great because it's easy to access, easy to work with. It illustrates the point of what we're doing here. And this is just a very generic example. You can take your own data. Of course, you can apply these techniques to your specific data and get your specific results. I'm just giving you an example of how these different libraries work. So the first one we're going to look at is called Sweetviz. So without knowing for sure, I'm guessing they came up with this name because it's pretty sweet in terms of how quickly it performs and how comprehensively it does all the planning and charting, and it's a visualization tool, right? So Sweetviz, you concatenate those together, and that's how you come up with the name, supposedly. So here's the first output here. We can see some bar charts of the data, any kind of missing values. When you mouse over it, you get the details right there. Displacement, and these are all the different features in the data set, right? So we have miles per gallon, cylinders, displacement, horsepower, and then the distribution for each of these. So there we go. In a couple of seconds, we have some very useful charts that we can work with, right? And you can create a report, share this with your stakeholders, and so on and so forth, right? Okay, so next, that was Sweetviz. The next AutoViz tool here is, it's literally titled AutoViz. Okay, so let's run this. Control Enter to run it. That pulls in the data. Now we're going to create our plots and charts and graph everything. Okay, so it's running pretty quick, you can see, and in just 1 or 2 seconds we have our heat map here. Okay, so again, looking at the different features in data set, we have minimum, maximum values. Everything is nicely organized, structured here. We have some missing NA values. Oh, no missing values, sorry. We have some unique values, and so on and so forth. There was one more library. I couldn't get it to work. I played around with it for a while, and there's some conflict with what I had in my system and originally. Like there's some naming conflict or naming convention that it just wouldn't allow this to work. But this is another tool that is interesting, and it was working for me before. I don't know what happened today. All of a sudden, it just quit on me. But Pandas Profiling is another way to create some pretty interesting automated charts and plots. So here's all the documentation on this. I would encourage you to take a look. Hopefully it works in your system. I would have to fiddle around with it a bit more. I don't really have time to do it right now, but this is another technique to automate the plotting and charting of your graphs and plots. And I have looked at this before, And it is pretty comprehensive. It might actually be better than Sweetviz and the AutoViz. So I would encourage you to take a look at that. So as usual, I'm going to post all this code online. When I post a video, I'm going to save this file as an HTML document. You can open this, double click it to open it, download it first, double click to open, and you'll have exactly the same view I have here. So I'm sharing everything with you. Again, just generic, but you substitute your own specific data into these code samples here, and you'll get some pretty amazing results. Okay, hopefully you learned something new today. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.